What's up, Radical fans? Thanks for tuning in. We have a special guest with us today. It's my good friend Stephen Colletti. Just got off set from One Tree Hill and decided to come by and talk a little bit about Damaged.
I should probably first apologize that the lovely brunette-haired girl that's normally here is not here, and you're stuck with this bearded, creepy fellow. But anyways, thanks for tuning in.
It's tragic and amazing simultaneously. So, anyways, to talk a little bit about Damaged number 4, which is in stores December 7th. So make sure you pick it up. This was created by Michael and John Schwarz and executive produced by Sam Worthington. It was illustrated by Leonardo Manco, and he has done some incredible cinematic look, and he's just an amazing artist, so we're really fortunate to have him on it. And this cover art was done by Maleev.
It's a pretty badass piece of art right there. I like the close-up on the faces, evil eyes, and then, of course, what looks like to be our brothers down there in front of another inferno. But yeah.
So why don't you tell them a little bit about this new episode to look forward to?
Well, I think it's such a worthy buy because before the first 3, as we know, we're starting to reveal more and more information about these guys and the brothers. This one you get just as much you get in the last 3, but even more. There's even more twists and turning, and more skeletons are starting to fall out of the closet on some of the brothers. So that's just more badass storyline. I mean, when you pick it up, of course, and Isaac and Henry are, we're starting to run amok together since he broke him out of jail, and then we get introduced to a new character from the Olaf family that obviously was introduced at the end of the first one when Henry goes in there and just wreaks havoc, and then one guy sitting in the hospital bed talking about it. And then you have Frank still running around with Jack, and there's a really cool, I think, one of the cool storylines pieces from 4 is, as you're starting to see a change of the, handing off the reins from Frank to Jack, that, you got Frank like really getting the wear and tear, and you see he's at the bitter end of his sleepless nights that he's had for 20 some odd years, and you're starting to experience in the fourth one, pretty much Jack's first sleepless night, and he's trying to figure out as he's starting to really dive in and basically dissect this information he's getting from Frank about what's really going on out there in the crime community of SF. And he's, pretty much up late at night trying to figure out what is good, what is bad. And then, the cool idea of sometimes he's kind of finally coming to grips with the fact that, to do good, sometimes you need to throw out the rule book and maybe do a little bit of bad.
And what's also interesting is now that you have Henry teaching Lordsman about, the ropes of vigilantism.
Yes.
Now he's starting to realize maybe Lordsman has a different perspective of justice that Henry always had.
Maybe a little more of an evil eye than he expected.
So you will have to tune in to issue number 4 to check it out. But in the meantime, why don't you check out this preview?
As the mayoral election approaches, tension escalates in the city by the bay. With Henry Lincoln and his newfound apprentice, Isaac Lordsman, on the loose and back to their old ways, Frank Lincoln is compelled to postpone his retirement to go after his own brother and finally stop his path of destruction. Meanwhile, policeman Jack Cassidy's world is changing, and not for the better. Now in charge of Frank's former task force, Jack is confronted with a series of troubling discoveries that corrupts everything he once believed in, and nothing can ever be the same.
Well, there it is, you guys. Obviously some pretty sweet storylines and some badass art to go along with it. So December 7th, I'm sitting here saying I recommend definitely Damaged number 4. Pick that up at a comic store near you.
That's Radical in your face!